composite, but it's made of metal.
It is a nice smooth airplane, but Tecnam is pretty good at that stuff. But yes, you're right, Dave. This is an all-metal airplane. All their airplanes are metal, except for their brand newest one that's not even out on the market yet.
Now, give me a little bit of the history behind the Tecnam in this airplane.
Well, this airplane goes back a long ways. It goes back as long as I do. Not this airplane, but the company. Tecnam, known by a different name at that time, was originated in 1948 in Italy, and is a name associated with the Part-Navia twin airplane. So they've got a long and rich history of building airplanes, and now they are deep into the LSA market. They have been for many years in Europe, and now they are in the United States as well.
Now, what's this particular unit here called?
This particular one here is the Eaglet. And the Eaglet was introduced for the first time at Sebring 2008, and it is kind of a conglomeration of two of their models. They also have one like this. If you do this in your mind and you get rid of that strut, you'll kind of have their Bravo airplane. And they also have one with a strut that's a little simpler and not quite as smooth as this, called the Super Echo Super, excuse me. And when you put those two together, the Bravo and the Echo Super, voila, you have the Tecnam Eaglet.
What type of control system is in this one?
This is a stick-controlled airplane, full dual control, joystick, not a control wheel. Very conventional controlling airplanes. One of its nice attributes. Several pilots that have flown this and have flown several LSA, say, this one's got a very natural feel to it. You kind of do what you want. It's not spring-loaded in any direction. Where you put the controls is where they go very nicely and smoothly. One of its strongest attributes is its handling, and that's what makes it such a good flight school trainer as well.
And what type of spectrum are we looking at for performance?
This one is not their absolute fastest. The existence of a strutted configuration alone is going to take a mile or two an hour off of it, but it's a nice cruising airplane that's capable of about 110 knots cruise, which puts it in the near upper range, although not absolutely the pinnacle of performance.
What is the Eagle powered by, Dan?
The Eagle has the Rotax 912 that powers almost all of our airplanes out here, except for the few that might use the Jabiru or the Continental. Rotax dominates. The entire Tecnam line of airplanes uses 912s, and in fact one of their airplanes introduced here at Oshkosh, not a light sport, is the Tecnam Twin that uses two of them. They really like the Rotax 912.
Now, for stall speed and that type of thing, is the airplane equipped with flaps?
The airplane is equipped with flaps. It's got a really nice flap setup on it. And again, just like the control system, the flaps operate so smoothly and nice on this airplane. It can slow down very nicely to the minimum of about 40 knots. The minimum is 45 knots, but they get it a little lower than that through a nice, it's got a nice thick airfoil you can see here. So.
Now, how long has this airplane actually been out on the LSA list?
This has been on the LSA list since Sebring of 2008 when they introduced it. They came out, they were all ready at the time. This is a company that knows all about building type certificated airplanes. So for them to build a light sport aircraft and meet the compliance to ASTM standards is not very hard at all.
Do you have a flight report on this aircraft, Dan?
Well, as a matter of fact, Dave, I do not on the Eaglet, but I do on the Bravo and on the Sierra, which is their low-wing model. This is one company that makes both high-wing and low-wing airplanes. Not so common, but the Eaglet will hope to fly sooner, but there are a number of places you can read about it, and you can read about all their other airplanes on my website, which is bydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com.